Israeli government approval of Phase 1 of Trump Gaza plan brings ceasefire into immediate effect. With the Israeli government's approval of the agreement reached in Sharm el Sheikh, a ceasefire now comes into immediate effect, two Israeli officials told CNN, speaking on condition of anonymity. However, it is not clear if the Israeli Prime Minister's office has given the order to the Israel Defense Forces to cease fire. Kushner and Witkoff say Netanyahu's decisions led to ceasefire deal U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff praised Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decisions during the war, saying his actions pressured Hamas into striking a ceasefire deal. Prime Minister Netanyahu made some very, very difficult calls, and lesser people would not have made those calls. And here we are today because Hamas had to. They had to do this deal. The pressure was on them, Witkoff said during the opening remarks of an Israeli government meeting on the proposed ceasefire plan, which he and Kushner attended. Kushner also praised the prime minister, saying he did a great job in negotiations and held his lines firm. Netanyahu, meanwhile, thanked both men for their efforts to reach this point. "I think you put in your brains and your hearts, and we know that it's for the benefit of Israel and the United States, for the benefit of decent people everywhere, and for the benefit of these families who will finally get to be with their loved ones," he said. This post has been updated with a video of Kushner and Witkoff's remarks. In exchange with far-right Israeli minister, Witkoff made the case for forgiveness family of the person who gave him the dose. "But when I got to court, I saw his parents, who were so ashamed and asked for forgiveness, and I forgave them," Witkoff said, according to the Israeli official. The Israeli official told CNN Witkoff was responding to an exchange with Itamar Ben-Gvir, a far-right Israeli minister who proclaimed that he would not support the proposed deal due to the release of Palestinian prisoners and detainees. CNN reached out to the White House and the State Department for comment. The Israeli source described the discussion as beginning with Ben-Gvir, suggesting that if the U.S. were in Israel's position, it would not accept a deal that included the release of prisoners, whom he called terrorists and baby killers, rapists of women. "You would never release them in the United States. I appreciate the hard work you do and the help you give Israel, but let's be real, you would not support such a deal," Ben-Gvir asserted. When Witkoff made his personal account of forgiveness, Ben-Gvir replied, "That's the difference. Those who murdered us on October 7th do not ask for forgiveness. Their families are proud of it. They want to kill Jews." Ben-Gvir, who leads Israel's far-right Otzma Yehudit party, has consistently opposed ceasefire and hostage release deals for Gaza. He has previously been convicted for supporting terrorism and inciting anti-Arab racism in Israel. Listen to how the ceasefire news and celebrations spread throughout Gaza and Israel. Crowds seen celebrating in both Gaza and Israel since they heard news Wednesday of the ceasefire and hostage release agreement, which was just formally approved by the Israeli government a short time ago. Trump instructed negotiators to get it done on Gaza deal. Officials say President Donald Trump instructed Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to get it done on a Gaza deal before they departed for Egypt, according to senior U.S. officials. The top negotiators traveled to Sharm el Sheikh once they sensed that Hamas wanted to finalize a deal, and the group no longer saw the hostages as an advantage. Trump had given his delegates full authority to go and do what needs to be done to make a deal. One of the officials explained, "There was a sense that finalizing the agreement in person was impossible.